Hello, my friends. We are going to do something totally different today. I've been wanting to try this, so I thought I will show you. And I'm going to be using all of these. What are these? Well, they're dotting tools from, I don't know if you've seen it on the internet, but if you look up mandolin or dotting or anything like that, you will see they make some beautiful designs. And I started in the Daydream book, and there's some where we have to make our own designs. And I've played around with this off and on for some time through my crafting experience and time. But I thought today, I don't know how this is going to work, but I went ahead and colored these in with Prisma. I used the muted turquoise. I used just a tad bit of violet. And I used lavender and violet. Parma violet. Anyway, those are the colors that I went ahead and colored my fish in. So I was thinking that it would give it a background, because they usually colored in with black or something. So I am going to use some of my metallics, the different ones that I have, and we are going to start dotting, and we're going to see what comes up, and you're going to be watching me as I either succeed or I don't. But I've always liked dotting, and right now I'm very unsure of myself, but we're going to give it a shot. And we're going to see what happens. And I do something that most people would say never do, but I use the lids of my I shake them up, and then I just use the lids. So we're going to start with one dot. If you have these tools, this is the yellow one, and this is festive green metallic dazzling festive green, and you just want to get the very end of it, and I'm going to try and just do this kind of in the center. And I got plenty on there, so that should lay down nicely. And I'm just going to clean it off. And then I'm going to pick, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get a little bit smaller. These come in quite a variety of sizes all the way down. I've got them mixed into teeny tiny, medium. You buy them off the internet, and they're all just there's one more. I'm separating some of these. So these are the ones that come together like this. Now, you can use the end of a pencil that's flat. You can use the end of a paintbrush. You've just got to find some things that are different sizes, and that will definitely work for you. So now we're going to use I think we'll go to the pink. Just shake them up real good, and you'll get paint in the lid. And this one might be a little thick. I worked on all of them. So I'm going to make 4 dots. I'm not an expert. I'm not telling you I do. No, I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go 1, you want to try to keep them the same distance apart from that green dot. And I'm going to go 2, and 3. Okay. Now I'm going to clean it back off. You can tell how much I have used these, just a ton. They're well loved. So now I'm just going to switch to the blue, the smaller one. And I'm going to go right in between these. And if you don't have enough paint, and you just want to get the end of your little stick or whatever it is in the paint. You don't want to dip it all the way down to where the paint comes all the way up around the sides. But you can dip it again and just get enough paint. And okay, so now we've used the pink and we've used the green. I think we're going to use this yellow green maybe. And we're going to switch to even a smaller. This one's a little thick, but I'm going to go right in between all of these guys. And the secret is not that you've got them even perfectly, but that you keep them spaced from the pink dots very closely. Okay. So now I'm going to come in with a smaller tool. This is a number 9. And the reason it is bent is because when I was learning, this one lady used the bent one because she said I can see it better. And actually, you can. So I'm going to put 2 dots in between these 2. And I haven't done this in a long time, so if you want to learn from someone who knows what they're doing, there's millions of them on Facebook. Just look up dotting. And we have a member that has a website. So I'll put her website in the memo, the comment section. So now we need to brighten it up a little bit. And I'm not doing anything real fancy because I don't know anything real fancy at this point right now. I've done some pretty fun things following people and learning to do them with them. But as far as me knowing a whole lot, I can just try a few things. This is kind of a pink. I'm going to try to go in between the two little dots. Like that. So I'm just trying to make a design on his back. It's basically all I'm doing right now. And then we can do some around in different places. But at this point, we're just going to do this. All right, so now I'm going to do what they call walking the dog. So you don't dip again. You just keep going. So I always, on the small ones, just go right back into the first one. And like that. I try to put a couple of dots of paint. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do that on each one of these. We're just going to have, I'm just going to have fun and give it an experiment. And it's going over the Prisma quite well. There's lots of little strokes that you can do. I've been thinking about this for a while because I really like doing this dotting. It's just fun because you can just get creative. You learn some of the steps and then you can just do what you want to do, but also there's lots of patterns that you can follow. It's just something you would have to, if you haven't heard of it, just look it up. They do a lot of it on rocks. They even have a little mold now that you can mold your own rock. And do them. And then when these dry, you can come back and put some dots even inside of the dots. So let's try this peacock color. That ought to be pretty on him. So I am going to try, I'm going to put a dot here And put a little more, a couple times. And then I'm going to take this, it's almost like a pin, and I'm going to pull that down like it's got a little tail. And pull it from the side, and then pull it down from the other side. Like that. And let's try this side. You just get plenty of paint, not too much, but plenty of paint. And then you can use a pen, you can use something sharp. You pull it from one side to the other side, like that. You just got to get enough paint on there so you can pull it down. I got that one a little close. And you'll see when we get done with our design and then going around and just kind of decorating him is going to be so much fun. And this will be my version. Now I got these two pretty close, so I'm not going to be able to get two of them in there. And they have a system where you can draw these lines and figure all of this out. But I even have some forms that you can use, but I started getting into something else after I started doing this. I have some beautiful pictures that I did. On canvas. Now here again, I didn't have enough space to do two, so I'm just going to do my one. And you'll see it'll be okay, it'll work out. The hardest part is just setting it down. But it's something you just want to go slow. You don't want to be in a race. This isn't about being in a race. Just like our coloring. You just take your time. Just have fun with it. Okay, thinking we're going to add some bright gold. It needs a pick-me-up. Let's see if I can find one that isn't too dried up. This one will work. Okay, let's switch it up. And we'll just put them between where we can, and on top of the ones that we can't. Okay. We're going to just leave that one right here. Let's see, I have a bright pink. Let's see if that would be good. I'm shaking it up. I thought I shook them all up. Well, then didn't know I was going to use this one. Let me see if this is going to even work. No. You have to water it down and get it going. So let's see. Let's go to normal colors. They don't have to all be metallics. Okay, this one will work, and it'll be light, and it'll be close to the colors we have. So it'll brighten it up. The metallics are just pretty, but you don't have to use, you can use whatever you want. Doesn't that brighten it up pretty? Then when it dries, we could add a little bit in the center in some of them. starting to warm up a little bit. Oh my goodness, the sun's even going to shine. You'd think we lived in Oregon. As much rain as we've had, and I have lived in Oregon when I was a little girl. So you know how long ago that was. Isn't that pretty? We can take the heat gun later and dry that off. I'm just thinking, what else should we do? I think right now I just want to do some decorating on him, and then we'll come back to that. It's whatever you think. You just start. And welcome to all the new subscribers. We're glad you're here. Look at how that brightened up his little face. Isn't that cute? I want to work this way. I don't want to work into my painted areas. I think we're going to do one more row. We'll do it in between. I'm going to come up here. I like this color on this fish. Let's do one more. And I'm coming in. I'm not. I'm just going to skip over and keep going. It's taken those a little while to dry. Usually they are dry by now. Okay. It's going to be cute, huh? So we could do a few from here. Almost like they're little scales or something. You're trying to see where. Where did I leave off? Let's do one more row. Okay, and then I'm thinking should we do some in here? Let's try that. Whoops, that's all right. we can spread a few out, but what I'm thinking is across here. 1, 2, like that. This is just an idea of what to do. Something different. And it's just a mixed media. You're just kind of mixing it up. And I think I love the dotting. It does add, it's just pretty. I like it. Let's see. You could use it to make some bubbles coming out of his mouth. I think most of us have some bottles of acrylic paint laying around. If they've thickened up too much, just put a little water in and stir them up. Put a little more, just a little at a time though, until they kind of come back to life. If you put too much, they'll get too watery. Okay. Let's see what else we could do. Do need to wipe your tip off every once in a while so that it's not so it'll get thick on there. You can clean it off, but it will get thick on there. So I'm going to switch to something smaller even. And you could use a pen, or I'm just going to put some little gold dots on his nose. He's got a scared look in his eye. Like, did he just run into his worst enemy or his little old sweetheart? I don't know, I just wanted to do that. I'm not going to go all the way, I'm just going to kind of where the blue is, where I kind of brought it out a little bit, like that. That looks good. We could do that on his little fin down here too. So it's just doing what feels good. I don't think there's any right or wrong. Like that. And I was thinking to do a few things in here, but I don't know if I don't want to mess it up. Hope you all had a good Mother's Day. Even those that don't have children, it seems like we're all mothering somebody. Even father's mother. that nurturing. Taking care of somebody, loving on somebody. I'm not doing any rhyme or reason. I'm just whatever. Whatever I want to do, that's what I'm doing. I think those gold dots make it look pretty. So we could go over these and change them to gold. Or just add some to it. Sorry, didn't mean to reach in front of you. We don't even have to cover them all up. We just come right off to the side and let the blue show too. That would be pretty. Well, let's turn our little book all the way around so I can reach the top. And let's work on this part. I think we'll get just a little bigger. For the top one. Some of these had paintbrushes on the top of them. They didn't stay very good. But they were nice because you could use them instead of your good paintbrushes for doing other things. And our other fish, we could put some dots in him after we color him. Just keep doing a little bit of layering around and around. more dots, so you can do whatever you want. Maybe don't ever want to do dots. Oops. Let's do one more. Maybe a little more in here. Okay. So, what else? It's not quite dry, but it's getting there. Let's switch to our little one again. And put some little dots in between. We could just do some dots across the top. Gotta brighten this up. I think it's a little too dark. Put that dark purple behind it. Just got to keep working at it. It's brightening up. It's getting prettier and prettier. So I'm thinking we're just going to do some gold dots. Throughout his belly here. I think he's getting prettier. The gold always brightens things up. And there's lots of strokes that you could learn to do. That just adds so much to it. You might think this is just too much for me, and that's okay too. Just something different. Okay, let's do the top. I think he's getting very pretty. I don't know if you can see the little gold specks that well or not. I've been looking into a video camera. But the one that I got, those K ones, I don't know where they're coming from, but they only video short little times. Then they cut off and start again. I can't afford a $2,000 camera. So for today and tomorrow and however long, we're just going to keep using my phone. I was just hoping that I could find some way so that you could see the true colors of how pretty this stuff is turning out to be. I can't help it, I like it. Let's try a little more of the teal. The more dots you add inside of the dots, seems like the prettier it gets. Oh, that computer. I know I turned it off. I said, go to sleep, and it wakes up whenever it wants to. I'll tell it to go to sleep again. We'll see what happens. I guess it figures since I'm sitting here, I should be having it on. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to put a little one right at the top. I think we did them all, yep. Then we could do a dot here and pull it down. A dot here, pull it down. The more you do it, the better you'll get at it. I just haven't done it for a long time, so I can't even remember some of the See, the more you do, after you do your basic ones, it just gets prettier and prettier and prettier. Isn't it pretty? I just love it. I think it's so cute. And we could put some little dots around his eye. Like that. Well, to be honest, I don't know what else to do with him. Except for we could put I think a little gold. On this side of his little face. It's all up to you, what you want to do. But look, see how cute he turned out? Put a little gold right in between his little blue dots. I'm just looking him over. I'm thinking, let's do some bubbles. Maybe. It's kind of thick, so it might not work. It's kind of thick, so I have to kind of twist it. How about that? I think we're done. I think I'm going to leave him. I like it. I think it was fun. And all you have to do is find you some different things. You don't have to have all these. They're not that expensive on Amazon. Let me see if I can get it up closer. And then when it dries, we could do some chalk or something. Or we could even do some grass, like in the background. Doesn't have to be, what do we got on the other side? Okay. So that's what I'm thinking, to do some grass in here. And color him with these colors. And let's see what he looks like. So I hope you like him. Hope you've enjoyed this. It's definitely was something different, something fun. Oops, now I got it too dark. I think it's this one that I needed. And it's like, better leave it alone till all these dry. So maybe I'll video coloring this other fish too. And then we'll do the background together or something. So we'll see. You have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Find somebody to be kind to today. If nobody's told you they love you today, let me be the first one, because I do love you. I thank you, every single one of you, for being a subscriber, for watching. If you're not subscribed, I ask you to subscribe if you want to. If not, it's fine too. So have a good day. Thank you.